Coach, talking about games of opposite nature. A week ago, Mary, you had to come from behind to win, and this week you get that lead and you kind of have to hold them off at the end a little bit. Can you kind of compare the two or contrast them a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's two totally different teams. Mary's got a little bit more spread firepower offensively, and they do some more dynamic things offensively. To defend, they came out and ran some trick plays early and kind of got us on our heels, and we had to just keep our composure and battle back and get into our groove. Whereas Crookston, that's not their style. I mean, they're a triple option team, so they want to establish the run and try to get you undisciplined in certain areas and see if they can, pop some things that shouldn't be hitting, and then try to control you that way. So for us, we just had to basically be over disciplined all week, throw out most of our defensive playbook, and we trimmed it down to about came down to about 2 defensive play calls until we got into third down, and just tried to get really good at those things. Couple runs got out on us, and that was about it. And that was just off of our mistakes, which is good, to come back after a win to be able to see where we made the mistake, and it wasn't just because we got out schemed or out manhandled or something like that. But it was a game of first for us, like you alluded to. It was our first game that we scored first. It was our first game that we had a lead at halftime, and trying to figure out how to play with a lead. And so as we continue to grow and learn how to win, those are all positive steps that we had to do. And I think there was a point where it was 24-7 very early in the fourth quarter where we probably should have scored a couple more touchdowns and put them away. But that's part of our process. We got stuffed on a 4th and 1, gave them a little bit of momentum. We fumbled in the red zone, able to give them a possession back. We played a lot of our second string guys at the end of the game, and they ended up scoring on that group, which is okay. Those kids got some great reps and some great game time experience. So scoreboard doesn't look as pretty as you want it to look, but there's a ton of positives to take away from it, and great growth opportunity for sure.
How does the defense maintain a high level of performance when you get back into more of a conventional offense that you'll face this week?
Well, the way we practice, most of what we do is we just practice good on good, just our offense versus our defense. So even though all week we were practicing against a triple option team in our scout team sessions, a bulk of our practice was just still our defense playing our offense, and so we see that same, not the same exact offense, but the same spread style look that we'll see this week. So I think our guys will be much more comfortable knowing that we're getting back out of the triple option defense and being able to play more of what we try to do and what we want to do. So I think that'll be beneficial. I don't think we'll skip a beat by any means as far as preparation wise.
Since you showed up at Minot State, you've had more wins on the road than at home. Is that just a weird coincidence?
I think it is. I think we're just kind of the way it's worked out. The teams that we've beaten have been based on the last 3 years of the schedule, have kind of been on the road. And now I think we're getting to the point now where we have to start taking that next step and beating teams that we haven't beaten yet, and whether they're at home or on the road. But it'd be nice to win more games at home and get more comfortable with that. But I don't think we've established ourselves yet to where we can say, okay, we're a very strong home team, and then we want to win half the games on the road and put yourself in a good position. I think we're still at that point of we're just trying to figure out how to win consistently and get to that ability where eventually we can say that home field advantage is going to take us over the top every single time. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting closer, getting some of that momentum, and I think we're also just based on how our team is built in terms of where our kids are from. I think we have a much more local flavor to our team now. Regional flavor, I guess, would probably be the better way to put it. So we're going to get more parents finally coming to games and more people that come to games that just know who our kids are. Where when I first took over the team, a lot of our team was from other places, and so you're not going to get a lot of parents can't afford to come in from California or Florida or Texas or wherever it was. So I think that helps, and then that'll help kind of breed success in terms of that home field advantage as well.
Offensively, it seems like that ground game continues to get better, and that's going to be kind of the 1-2 thing all year long with Muhammad and also with Isaiah back there. Is that kind of where you want this offense to go? Kind of go behind that ground game and then let Ben do what he can.
Yeah, I think the kind of our thought is we want to be able to be very strong in the run game. You have to be patient with it. We want to put our quarterback in a position where he can be an efficient quarterback, so he doesn't have to throw 40 balls a game. I think this last week he was 13 of 17, something like that. So he was very efficient, and that's what we're looking for. So take the pressure off of him to try to have to move us down the field with his arm. Be able to lean on our running backs, lean on our offensive line. Obviously, Ali's had a good start to the season, and it was good to see get his first 100-yard game under his belt. Isaiah was, I think, over 80 yards this week, and we also, our third running back got some very good reps who we haven't been able to play him yet, and to see him get in there and run hard and kind of electrify our sidelines was pretty good. So my overall philosophy, and it's always been since I've been a head coach at this level, is if you have a 1,000-yard rusher, you're probably going to be a pretty good team. And you're not going to have a 1,000-yard rusher unless you commit to the run and are able to, in every situation, say we're going to run the football. We might get stopped, but the more we keep hammering away at it, the more we're going to just be successful in every situation running the football.
Looking ahead to this next week, what are you looking for out of Southwest?
Well, they got their first win, so now they've kind of tasted that fruit. So I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more confident, not as much of a wounded animal if they would have lost this last weekend coming in at 0-4. It's a long road trip for them, so we'll see how that plays into it. They've had to struggle at quarterback. They've had to use 3 quarterbacks this season. They got their starter back here against Upper Iowa, and I think that helped them progress a little bit. They got their running game on track a little bit more too. I know they want to be a little bit more balanced, but they've been forced to have to throw the football quite a bit. So I think we'll see, and this is just due to intimate knowledge, but I think we'll see a very spread game. We'll see some trick plays. We'll see them want to establish the run game. They're going to probably try to go as fast as they can, try to keep us on our heels defensively. And then their defense has struggled a little bit against the run, so I think we'll see them with the way we've been running the ball is try to commit more players to the box to try to stop that run, and so it's going to force us to have to win on the outside with our passing game as well. But we won't abandon the run. We'll stick to that, and we'll hammer it at them and see if they can stop it.